Hello and welcome back to a new episode of Real Spooky Stories. This is a non-judgmental space where I tell your strange and spooky stories. If you would like to share your story, no matter how trivial you may think it is, please email jade@crypticcoven.uk or follow me on Instagram at realspooky.stories and click the email button, or the email is in my bio. This is episode 3 and this story is from Helen. I just want to say Helen is Hannah's mum. So if you go back to the previous episode, episode 2, The Witch on the Roof, that was from Hannah. But this story is Hannah's mum's story. Just wanted to say that. But other than that, let's get into the story. Let me take you to the beginning. Martin and I got married and moved straight into this house. I was 20 and got pregnant straight away. Right from the very beginning of moving into the house, I saw shadows. Always dismissed them because I was tired from work. The shadows seemed to run past me, but again, I dismissed them. Then I would hear what sounded like running around upstairs, but when I mentioned it to Martin, he would say it was because it was a new house and it was probably the pipes. Whilst on maternity leave with Rebecca, following a shower one morning, I went into my bedroom to see very clearly my wardrobe door shut very slowly itself. These wardrobes were very heavy mahogany that you physically had to shut and open, impossible to close by themselves, but still I saw it. Still I kept seeing little shadows, by that I mean quite low to the ground. Fast forward to Rebecca and Hannah sharing the front bedroom. Rebecca was 3 and Hannah was 6 months old. Along with the cot and the cot bed in the room was a baby walker which had buttons on the tray which when we pressed them made the sounds of a train, and a baby cot mobile on the cot. One night, early hours, Martin and I were woken by the train sounds, so we assumed Rebecca had woken and was playing. We went to check and both girls were fast asleep. Maybe it was a spider? We settled down again and the cot mobile started to play. We went into room to check the girls again and no, they were still fast asleep. Very strange. Around the same time, I was sat in the living room watching the TV. Rebecca was playing on the floor and Hannah was in her Moses basket. I heard very clear footsteps on the stairs. I turned the TV down to listen carefully, knowing full well there was no one else at home, as Martin was at work. As I turned the TV down, Rebecca said, "Mummy, who is on the stairs?" I picked up a bottle and Rebecca's cup and my keys, and me and the girls stayed in my friend's house until Martin returned home from work. That did spook me. Move forward a few years and every time we would go out to the shops or visit family, when we came home there would always be music playing on the radio. Strange as we didn't leave it on. There was a period of time when I would always feel a hand resting on my shoulder every time I sat down in the living room. There was no one there. I looked. I always felt like there was a man in the hall. I never saw him, but I sensed he was there. Not frightened, but I never felt comfortable. One night while I was in bed, I sensed someone was in our bedroom. I opened my eyes and to this day I still shudder at what I saw. I saw a tall, hooded figure in black. I screamed. Martin turned the light on and there was no one there. Spooked me for sure. Fast forward a few more years when we started to foster. Our first foster child, again in the front bedroom, settled in bed for the night. We were downstairs and heard a scream. We ran upstairs to see the 3-year-old little boy cowering in the corner of his bed. He said through his tears that he didn't like the little boy who came out of the cupboard. This was the first time we knew it was a little boy. Another foster child one evening at bath time asked us where the other little boy had gone. We said which boy, trying to change the subject, and they said the little boy jumping on the beds. A few years after that, the 4 little foster children we had were playing hide and seek. I was sat on the couch, looked up and I saw the little boy. I can only describe him as a grey apparition. He had short, unkempt hair and dressed in shorts and a top. He looked directly at me. I was pleased to see him out of curiosity. I never saw him again though. But how lovely is that he was playing with the children in our home. He did look happy enough. One last thing to add was the main bathroom. I don't know why, but I was always terrified of the main entrance door. Okay, Helen, so going back to the beginning of your story, when you first moved in, you literally started experiencing things straight away, basically, which is scary enough, especially when you're pregnant as well. It's like you've got enough stress already as it is. And I also want to go back to you saying about the little shadows and stuff and like the wardrobe door, and it's easy to dismiss things, and also a bit easier in a way to not have to experience something ghostly and you just kind of dismiss it. But the wardrobe door shutting by itself, when you know that it's hard and heavy, it can't just shut by itself, that is quite spooky. And that was probably like, I feel like that was probably like one of the first things where you were like, right, this is weird now. Even if you were seeing the little shadows, you might not have thought anything of it, but after seeing that, you're probably like, okay, yeah, something's going on. And then when Rebecca was 3 and Hannah was 6 months old, and the little noises were playing in the little baby toys, oh my god, no. That reminds me of Insidious 2, where the noise is playing, it's like pitch black in the house. Oh my god, that's so scary. I can imagine it. I probably wouldn't even go and check. If I heard that in the night, I'd be like, they can play by themselves, because I'm not going in there until it's light outside and the birds are chirping. Like, no, that's vile. Like, no. Also, when you said you were in the living room and you heard the footsteps on the stairs, and then Rebecca said, who's on the stairs? I wonder if she saw something or she just heard it as well. But if she saw something, it's a little bit spooky. And yeah, so the foster children saying that it was a boy in the wardrobe. I wonder if this boy is scary. I did say this on the previous podcast when Hannah mentioned this little boy. But I wonder if this boy was actually scary, or they were just scared of the boy because he came out the wardrobe and they didn't know who he was or something. It's a bit weird. Also, I wonder why he's in the wardrobe. Like, I wonder if on the previous one I did say that Hannah's cousin saw in the mirror that there was a couple looking for a child, and I know that the boy is looking for his mum. Maybe it's like the same family, and maybe it's like a game of hide and seek, and it's nothing like malevolent. It's just, he's just playing hide and seek or something with the kids. And I know you said at the end as well that he was playing with the kids, and that was really nice. It did sound nice. Like, he was just playing with the kids and they were happy to play with him and he was happy to play with them. Like, it's not like anyone got injured or anything bad happened in this time. And it's nice that you could see him and you were happy to see him as a curiosity. But it's a little bit sad that you didn't see him again, but maybe he just didn't want you to, or maybe now that you'd seen him, he didn't need to show himself anymore, but he still kind of played with the kids. But yeah, I thought that was really nice. The horriblest thing in this, though, is the hooded figure in your bedroom in the nighttime. What was that about? Why is there a hooded figure in the bedroom? What even is a hooded figure? Like, is that someone from, like, a cult or, like, ritual thing, or, like, just someone in a hoodie? Like, seeing that in the dark is scary. Like, how did you even... I would have moved bedrooms or even houses at that point. But no, that was a lot of things going on. Thank you so much, Helen, for sending in your story today. I enjoyed listening and sharing it, and thank you to everybody who listened to it as well. I hope you enjoyed it. If anybody would like to send their stories in, please email jade@crypticcoven.uk, or if you go to my Instagram, realspooky.stories, then there's a little email button and you can click that and it'll take you straight to the email. No messing around. So if you want to do that, email me. It doesn't matter how trivial you think it is. This is a safe and non-judgmental space where I just want to know your stories and share them for everyone else. But thank you so much for listening, and I will see you next episode. Bye.